You're listening to Executive Leaders Radio. This is your host, Herb Cohen, with my co hosts, including Jim Wilson, Newmark, Kate Duffy, Wisfis Bank, Jody Pillard, Weidenhammer, Matthew Shapiro, Obermeyer, and Brandon Ross, B Marketing. Matthew, would you give us a rundown on who we have on the show today, please?
We are about to meet Sonny White, who's the founder and CEO of Xavier Creative House. After Sonny, we'll have Jeff Dill, the president of innovation and growth for Inizio Ignite. We have Pete Borowski, CEO of Starbus Charter and Tours, and we'll be wrapping up with Ray Fremont Jr., president of General Air Products.
Let's get to know our first guest, Sonny White, founder and CEO of Xavier Creative House. Sonny, what is Xavier Creative House? What are you guys doing?
Xavier Creative House is a healthcare marketing agency, and we're built exclusively for life sciences.
Gotcha. Where you from? How many brothers and sisters? Where are you in the pecking order?
I am from the suburbs of Philadelphia. I
Mhm.
am a middle child. I have a younger sister and an older brother.
And 8 to 14, what were the major things you were doing 8 to 14?
From 8 to 14, I was equal parts athlete, rebel, love my friends, love having fun, a little
Hmm.
boy crazy, and
Hmm.
someone who loved giving back.
Gotcha. Matthew, want to give me a hand getting to know Sonny, please?
Yeah, Sonny, when you were 10, you told us in the green room you had some headache issues. Tell me what was going on and tell me how that led to Xavier Creative House.
Yeah, so at 10 years old, I was diagnosed with a chronic headache condition. And, it was a really scary diagnosis because it was invisible. So if you fast forward, that really was the origin of how am now the leader of a healthcare marketing agency because at the core, I just don't want any patient to ever feel alone in their diagnosis.
Hmm. Jim?
Sonny, you said your mom was a serial entrepreneur who kept taking risks and starting businesses. What did you observe in her that stayed with you emotionally?
Yeah, so she definitely was a risk taker. She was bold, she was fierce, she was independent. Um, those were all the characteristics and qualities that she embodied. She just is such a hard worker, and I think those were the characteristics that I take from her today for sure.
You now lead a healthcare marketing agency in an industry filled with pressure, uncertainty, and constant change. When you're navigating those moments as a leader, what parts of your mom do you find in yourself carrying with you?
All of them. Every boldness that I just channel my inner mom when things are tough for sure because she just doesn't give up. She's
Hmm.
really fearless in her approach and she's
Hmm.
very confident.
Kate?
Sunny, so you mentioned in the very beginning, giving back was something that you love to do in your early life. Now, I happen to know that you went to a Mercy school, Gwynedd Mercy Academy, and the Sisters of Mercy have values that include integrity, service, compassion, and respect. How did those values shape the way you lead today? And I also want to follow on, what do you bring from your dad to work? How did he influence your leadership style?
Yeah, the Sisters of Mercy, it was wild. They would just let us, we'd go to nursing homes and sit with the elderly and talk with them. And, I think that's that servant leader and that servant leadership that you learn at such a young age. As far as my dad, Kate, like he was the opposite of my mom. So you've got an entrepreneur, you've got a corporate, you've got a risk taker, you've got a steady Eddie. And so I think that really balanced me out in terms of who I am because I definitely need both. As an extrovert introvert, my boldness comes out when I'm extroverted, and my steady empathetic self comes out when I need to recharge and I'm a little bit more introverted or
J
extroverted.
Jody?
Sonny, you really pride yourself on creating a culture and fostering a culture where people feel welcome and at home and comfortable. What led to that being so important to you?
I've always dreamed of creating a company that people love to work for and work with, and that's why I get out of bed every single day.
Mhm. Didn't you mention when you were a kid you did something with you have to have a date in order to participate in this game? What was that all about?
Third grade, I led the kickball um, game. I made this up, and at recess, if you wanted to participate, you needed to date, you know, Johnny or Jimmy or whoever because that's what we did, and you would date them, and then at the end of recess, you could break up. but everyone could be included. Everyone could play. This was, very inclusive. It was not exclusive. It was super fun.
Well,
Got
you certainly, yeah, you have a clever side in terms of building your teams. Brandon.
Sonny, business was a regular dinner time conversation growing up because you talk about your mom being that serial entrepreneur. Between the ages of 8 and 14, were you the one asking questions, pitching ideas, or just listening?
I was just listening. I didn't get a word in from 8 to 14. So I was just absorbing everything and learning. And I think today I still take pieces of what I learned then into who I am today. People always ask, how do you know that? And maybe, Brandon, it was from those dinner conversations that I tucked away.
Very
Hmm.
cool.
Matthew?
Sonny, you told us you were also an athlete. Are you competitive?
Oh no. I mean, not at all.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was a cheerleader. I played tennis. I played lacrosse. I was into every sport. My main sport was tennis. Senior year, I was the captain.
Mhm.
What does the competitive streak have to do with how you run Xavier Creative House?
Well, owning a healthcare marketing agency, it's fierce. It's fierce out there. I mean, you definitely need to be competitive to go up against, some of the larger agencies. And I definitely have that competitive streak in terms of, um, winning and wanting to win. Who
Mhm.
doesn't want to win? But I think it's really at the end of the day also just being authentic and who we are as an agency, and that's probably the most important
Mhm.
aspect.
So
Kate? Oh,
when you've done a pitch and you've gotten a piece of work, what is it that feels best to you about that?
The work that we pitch really does have a core. Um, there's something about it that aligns with who we are at the agency. So we only go for pitches that we feel really passionate about because we want that connection to the work that we're doing.
Kate?
So, Sunny, you said you are a hockey mom. You have two sons. Tell us, what have you learned about your two boys, and what does it have to do with running your business?
Yeah, so I'm a hockey mom. Hockey is a cult for sure. Um, Hockey is a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood for both of my boys. It's also a familyhood. So I feel like I have so many friends and just people around me from it. But you really learn about the importance of a team, and being a good friend and being a good leader and being a good teammate.
Hmm. Sonny, how important is the spiritual aspect, the intuitive aspect of Sonny in terms of building this business?
I am very spiritual.
Hmm.
I make that part of my regular practice. I
Hmm.
One of my mentors told me one time that you have done the work on yourself to know that your gut can be trusted. And I take that with me every day.
So you pay attention to your first instinct. Do you think it has anything to do with the fact you were getting those headaches back when you were 10?
Possibly. Um,
Hmm.
at 10, I always had this entrepreneurial spirit, but at 10 years old and back in the 80s and 90s, like we didn't know what that was. Like that wasn't something people talked about. And I think about that a lot today. But
Yeah, it
certainly,
sounds to me like you were sorting stuff out at the age of 10 because you got a lot of stuff in your head. And that's one of the reasons it all pulls together with your intuition now, whether it's how do you pitch a client? What do you do for the client? How do you build the team? All the different aspects of who you are. It sounds like you're the combination of your mom and dad. Am I reading that right?
absolutely.
Hmm. What's the best part? What's the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is working with my employees. I mean, they are just incredible. I am the visionary CEO and they are the experts. I just have really smart people around me and it makes the journey worthwhile.
So in your job, you're pulling it all together. It's like you're not trying to be the smartest person in the room. You're trying to help lead the stuff, but you're making sure you got the right people around you. You're pulling it all together. Is your mom aware of the success you're enjoying nowadays?
Oh, yes. She's
How do you
proud.
think she's what?
Proud.
Why?
I think because I'm the mini me, right? Like I got the entrepreneurial genes. It's in
Uh-huh.
in
You
my
think your dad's happy with you?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Um, my dad is my biggest cheerleader. He is
Hmm.
the greatest person and he
Hmm.
wants success for all the children.
Sounds to me like you've got tight relationships with your team as well as your parents. What's the website? What's the website address for Xavier Creative House?
XavierCreative.com.
We've been speaking with Sonny White, founder and CEO of Xavier Creative House. Stick around. We'll be back in a moment right after this quick break.